Hello, welcome to Mysteries of Athas. Alex, can you check we're on?
Yeah. We
Welcome
definitely
to
are.
Mysteries of Athas, episode 7. I don't know what the title is yet, other than hopefully not a boulette.
Yeah.
I think is the plan. Yes, last session saw a bit of a debacle occur, to put it mildly. Does someone want to, or does the group want to sum up what happened last time?
Well, I mean, my notes just say we all died, so
Not.
I can expand on that.
Not technically all of us. My character bravely ran away.
Stiv lives.
Maeve died. Alex, did Gadea die?
Yeah, Gadea was splattered.
Gadea died. Steve was
Benvo
knocked
died.
unconscious.
Benvo, yeah. Benvo nearly
Benvo
killed the
died.
creature,
That's
but
the one.
Jay managed to roll, I think, 12 attacks. I estimated, Jay, over like 8 rounds. You rolled 12 attacks and missed.
Missed every
all of
single
them.
one.
You didn't roll higher than 9 on any of them, which is statistically reasonably improbable.
Yeah. That's pretty typical for me, I'll be honest.
It was just a random.
The one time it didn't happen was, well, yeah. It was not
wandering
Roll20
monster.
trying to get you to pay for the premium package at all. Yeah. Welcome to Dark Sun. I managed to, within that 7-day period, I managed to kill 5 PCs because of you 4, and then I killed one in Planescape as well. So that was. I also had a Manticore random encounter in a different game with Jay and Beej, and alas, they came up with an actually good plan and got away with it. But
As opposed to the bad plan that we had, which was we can fight it, we'll win.
In fairness, we could have fought it had we been less monstrously unlucky.
We're wrong. We can't beat it. Run away.
yeah, what is your process of reflection? What does the team think about this?
The reflection is, I still think we could have beaten it, and I learned nothing. And Stiv will dive in next time as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think if the dice gods had been kinder to me, the outcome may have been a little different.
Yeah, you got some terribly bad rolls. As is
We probably
tradition.
need someone nominated to sound like an organised retreat when it's decided that a combat's gone bad, rather than us all deciding individually. But
Yeah, you know, we should, if we were serious about this, if we were serious, we'd have we would legitimately have a battle leader, if you will, where if they said something, that's it, that's what goes, and you have to follow those orders.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know if I'd go that far if we're not an organised mercenary company, but I mean,
that's what we should be.
we'll hire real mercenaries.
This is Stiv's opinion.
Then they'll obey our orders.
Stiv legitimately thinks of
in real
himself
life.
as eventually he will be a mercenary leader. He wants to be a military commander.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, okay.
Remember, fighters in Dark Sun are hanging on a military career. That's
I was thinking Stiv with a gladiator. You're right.
no, he's a merman.
No.
He's a
Gladiators are
professional
the
soldier.
weapon specialists.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's also by class, he's fighter, which means that his bonuses as he gets to high levels are he gets a command distance in battle system, and he gets XP for commanding troops. Stiv is actually a professional soldier, whereas Garras or Quent or whatever are fighters, professional weapon masters.
Mm-hmm.
Stiv would suggest this idea of we need a battle leader, while not explicitly saying that it should be himself, but making it very clear that it should be. Someone should stand up and take that role, but I'm too weak and have to sit out of this adventure. So, good luck, everyone.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's not going to be... Probably not Sadira. She's not a battle leader. She will organise the expedition, but...
I say for this expedition, we wing it.
Maybe she
should
be more of the expedition leader in terms of organising stuff. This is what she's doing.
Yeah.
And if a bullet happens, just everyone decide what to do separately again.
Well, just
don't worry, I'll be running away separately.
I don't think there's. Yeah, I don't think is Sadira or Quent going on this mission? Is it going to be a Sadira mission, Tom, for you?
Yeah, I think Sadira will go on this one. Could you remind me what was in the other spell book, and could I maybe have some time to copy some of that out?
Yes. Let me check.
I don't know.
The answer is yes. I need to know if I have a list somewhere.
I don't know if we were ever told what was in the spellbook originally, because I don't think
we know that like Amber Seal or something is in there.
Right, but I mean, like, I don't think any of us could read it at the time, so you might be the first one to actually pry it open and be able to read it.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
I assume I can't use anything.
Just trying to find where I've. Yes, if you're second level preserver, then yes, that will be right. Yeah. Oh, you did one thing. You missed out. The other permanent gain you got from it is you have like a weird ghost cat following you around now.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh, is he staying?
Oh.
Well, that's good.
Who, at this point, other people can see a glow. Only Quentin Stiff can actually see like the full thing, but everyone can see the glow. And I guess maybe explain that there's a thing there. I guess.
Quent going on the mission?
No. Kent was going to stay back on this one because if we're going to go trade, Sadira is probably the person we want.
Because Stiv is not, so that means the cat probably is not.
Yeah.
He's staying behind as well. Unless it will abandon them both and like glom onto someone new on the expedition. Who knows how this thing works? When he originally described the glowing cat, I thought it was leading the bullet to us or something.
Wow, I've got a serious resolution. Oh, there we go. Yeah,
well,
I wasn't sure who
tried to warn you of before the bullet broke surface. It was trying to lead Gomjabar away from the campsite. Well, it's trying to lead anyone. I think it's just generally going around making noise.
And Gomjabar really listened. I believe he went back in like twice.
Yeah. What? Yeah. He also died having gone in to try to help his friend, and then just missed also. Again, like I think Benvo's final role I think was the best one, which was jumping at its belly as it rose out of the ground or whatever, managing to roll a natural one at -1 with a bone weapon and getting a 0.
Yeah.
I found the thing for the spell book.
It's possibly
Just FYI, but also the wand of paralyzation.
Did I actually write? Where did I put that? Where did I put that list?
In game documents.
Yeah, it does.
82.
I was in game documents.
Get in.
Right. Yeah, I was. Yes. Yep. It's how you generate wands unless you have another predisposition. It has obviously been left behind by whoever left it behind in Arc Cold.
Ha! Fools. Nice. All right, I'll keep track of that then.
Yep. So yeah, you'll be able to use read and detect magic, magic missile, armor, spider climb, maximum earthing grasp. I'll just get the PHP to check what it'll cost you because it also depends on whether or not you have the materials and stuff. So one second.
Yeah. I mean, I've already got read magic and detect magic, so I don't need that.
So, I guess spell books. Spellbook 30 and 81. Let's have a look. Learning spells. So you need to do a chance to know spell off your intelligence.
Okay. Which?
Yeah. Which is under. So chance to know spell is. You can always try again each level. I think it's that each time you level up. But say you got int 15, you'd have a 65% chance of being able to comprehend the spell now.
Okay, and then otherwise I'd have to wait.
Otherwise.
Up. And I can just do that for all the spells. How much does it cost money to copy them?
I think it might just copy them. It won't to understand them. So just assuming, we'll assume you've cast read magic. You're reading it to now try to understand the spells.
Okay. What I might do instead actually is copy two of my. Can I copy 2 spells from my spell book into this spell book and just start using that one?
No, because you don't know the spells. The spells you don't know, you don't know.
Right.
You can use the spell book if you want, but you'd still have to cast not cast it. You no spell. It's 50 gold pieces per page of materials.
And is that copper?
So copying is 50 gold pieces. Yeah, copper. Yeah, in there. Oh, ceramic. Sorry, not copper.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to check magic missile, armor, spider climb, Max's earth and grasp, which I don't think you know any of them.
Okay, I will. I'll bottom out my funds for that. I have 211 copper, so
you can technically do any of them that you know, ceramic. Any of them that you know, you can just, if you've got the money, you can transcribe. You're not limited by how many you can transcribe. You can just transcribe them all. If that's what you want.
But it's 50 per, is it?
Mm-hmm.
50
per. The point being, it's 50 per page.
Okay.
Yeah, which is a spell.
And I have 85. Well, based on my int, I roll my int per spell as well, do I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. For each spell you don't know, you have to see if you know it at this level. When you gain a level, you'd be able to do that. As you'd be able to try again.
Okay,
so if you're like, I failed, then you could just do it again.
Wait, we'll have dice count. Why not?
Dice Cam, sponsored by Budweiser.
All right. Magic missile. This is the most important one.
I'd muted myself. Brilliant. Owen, isn't it 2 page? Isn't it 1 page per spell level? So a second level spell will be 2 pages.
Yeah, we're only talking about first level spells. But,
are they all first level?
Right.
They're not all first level, but I'm only trying to copy the first
all the ones that he
level
can, all the ones that he can try to learn. Yeah.
Of course.
Okay, we have magic missile.
Yeah.
Boom. Don't know what this VSM is yet. I'll figure that out in a second. Armor. What's that? 44. Yep, that's fine.
Armor's a good one.
Yep.
So, could Sadira theoretically teach other mages spells if there were any other mages in our party?
I mean, other mages could learn from Sadira's
Yes, they can copy out his
spellbook.
Yeah.
No,
or they can borrow this.
But this still need to roll for that.
Separately, if Sadira is
teaching thing that makes it simpler.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, if you want, you can also train under other PCs, and in fact, using the XP rules we're using, it's cheaper to. Based on what's in, it should now be in the updated house rules. If it's not, it should be, and I can send it. But yeah.
Failed to learn blindness, but I got sorry, not blindness. Maximilian's earth and grasp, but I got magic missile, armor, and spider climb.
Yeah.
So
nice. That's good.
The others.
Yeah, and for spell books, in terms of, I actually should put this as a house rule, is that you technically for there's a distinction made in the literature between like traveling and basic spell books, and there's some question about like how heavy a normal spell book is versus a traveling one.
Mine as a
and I generally
which gives
in
me
most
50
games
pages.
I'll still do it as 1 page per spell per level rather than and it'll still cost you 50 rather than 100 each, because technically a travel will cost 100 per page. But yeah, the default. I'd say the default is everyone has a fairly light spellbook, and it has 50 pages, and it costs a flat amount rather than having each. It's not necessarily a bad rule. I think it's just one of those ones that possibly it just doesn't matter that much.
Okay.
So have you decided? And we'll go through which characters are coming on the expedition in a moment. But have you decided what you're doing? Because there was some chat about what to do.
I think the consensus was to go help the Aarakocra with their problems, and then head on to civilization to try and sell what we have, just so we have some funds, get some, food and other useful stuff.
Yeah, or the other way around potentially. Like trade off the goods and then come back via the Aarakocra in case we pick up some more stuff.
Yeah.
What was it the Aarakocra needed?
They needed our help getting rid of something that was attacking them.
Yeah, I guess that's. Do we have any details on what was attacking them, or was it just that they
do? Did I write it down?
What did I write? No, and no.
Hang on a minute. Let me see. If I remember correctly, they weren't exactly sure what it was that was attacking them, but it was they weren't actually necessarily attacking them. They were like eating their food or something.
Competing for territory.
Yeah.
Ring the bell.
Yeah, it's that they were being driven off their feeding grounds. In the region of the mountains they live in over there, like west of Arkhold, and they. I think what they said was that these things were in some way flying. They weren't birds, but they were flying or something. And they could, and they couldn't. The Aarakocra, I don't think they actually got any details. They just said that they couldn't kind of get to wherever these creatures lived, basically.
Yeah.
Should we just take a vote of some kind to actually get people's opinions about Arkhold, Aarakocra, or Barlick as the first place to go? Because it'd be Barlick, I guess, you'd be trading at. So who wants to go back to Arkhold to try to get more stuff out?
Resounding silence.
Okay. Yeah. Nothing even went badly wrong there. It was only the road that killed you. You should try to avoid roads. That's your real problem.
Yeah, for real.
This is because you're like, we'll go back to Arkhold to get more stuff. You all died, and now people are like, maybe Arkhold's left in some way.
Well, I mean, also we need to sell some stuff anyway, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aarakocra first. Anyone voting for Aarakocra first?
There we go.
Okay.
Barlick it is. Unanimous. We want to get paid.
Yeah, we need paid now.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like
Master Cicera had been pretty stressed out that you're having him. Not. Yeah. Well, he wasn't. To be fair, he didn't outfit 3 whole caravans or anything with all his outriders and stuff. But he was outfitting like 3 small caravans to get not paid at all so far. Well, this would be the 3rd caravan. What's the point? So his view was just like, can we get some money, please?
The desert is my payment.
But yeah, that's fine.
This joke has lasted longer than
Gudea. Gudea has been paid by the desert with a
The desert is his graveyard.
Yeah.
Somebody has to take up Gudea's torch.
Okay, so what are our characters? We only have one. We only have one continuing character because Stiv is resting. So who do we have today? Because we're using character trees, which is a Dark Sun rule, which lets you have a group of characters you can use for special different missions for each ones, and they can part level up when another character levels up, like a higher level character levels up. You can have someone else level up as well. So yes, who are you playing, Alex?
I'm playing Coraanu Twilight Catcher of the Twilight Catcher clan of the Sky Singer elves.
Of the New Hampshire Dark Magics.
Yeah, he's a fighter and a thief, and definitely not a preserver. Why would you ask him that? Yeah,
I would only assume that, yeah.
This is just a kind of very he's an elf, looks like an elf, does elf stuff, and also sometimes magic when no one's looking. He's got a bow. He fights it out most of the time because getting stabbed is for chumps. Yeah, I think that's, he's yeah, he isn't wearing armor, which probably says something to someone, but also he's probably wearing like a whole bunch of like silks or something in like thick layers that almost look like they might be hiding armor or something.
Yeah. Okay, Marcia. Beej. Who's Marcia?
Marcia is a human scout. So very sort of professional soldier in the vein of Stiv. I think that they came before sister together to work here professionally for the caravan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as a scout, she's good at all the scouting stuff, sneaking in the wilderness, tracking people.
Is she a human? Is she a human or a
human?
What? Yeah. Okay. Garras. Jay.
Garras is a half-elf, a young, brash, 20-year-old half-elf whose background was as a gladiatorial slave, though he has been freed.
Yep. So, gladiators being weapons specialist kind of fighters. Okay, Sadira, do you want to reintroduce yourself just to remind people, as you've had Kent for the last couple of sessions?
Yep,
session and a half, I
Sadira
guess.
is a half-elf trader. Yep. She has some background in running with caravans and doing sort of light business, and this she's come to Fort Cicero. She thinks it would be opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And she made a daring escape after being frozen in Arkhold, which incredibly she survived. And now she's ready to go back out. Although actually,
managing to roll 2 encounters, one of which she you discovered how your worked by using it and managing to get away, that working versus spider cactus, and the Aarakocra actually gave you a mission, gave you a job. Okay, and Ashur, Andrew.
Yes, then I'm playing Ashur Kuprafeld, who is sort of a travelling half-elven sort of vagabond / ne'er-do-well / travelling entertainer. He is a bard / definitely not preserver. And again, it might be slightly suspicious that he's not wearing armour, but he's wearing sort of just brightly coloured, like sort of like the kind of clothing you might see on like a street magician or something like that. And just
I have this vision that you've got
and 2 belts.
Yeah. You've got this elf who definitely doesn't do any magic, this human woman, and then you've got 3 half elves who are walking around with them. Do any of you resemble Marcia or Coraanu? I think we should ask this now.
I wouldn't be opposed to it.
I would.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it can be headcanon for you, Ashur. It can even be biological canon, but it will never be public canon because Coraanu will literally... There's no DNA tests on Athas, and
you're not a Twilight
never
Catcher.
approve or love you.
You're definitely not a Sky Singer.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me.
Yeah. There's going to be a heartwarming tale of family reunions through conquering bigotry. A simple juggler.
It's exactly what this caravan needs to survive.
We did sort out size lot. Yeah, a juggler. Yeah. Yes, you do. I mean, you do have literally now 3 wizards. For hopefully you will have magic missile as well. Given that Sadira's just lent it.
Could
so
I
next
level
time
up as a trader as well?
Yeah,
I thought someone
I
was
was going to say,
playing a
you're the only. You're actually. Garras is.
Well, the Gladiator. I've
multi-class
not
that's
finished
doing that.
making them yet, though. Oh, okay.
Garras is a gladiator. Coraanu is triple class, and Sadira is dual class. Not dual class, but two classes.
Multi-class, yeah.
Double class. Yeah.
I have enough experience to get.
Well, but
a
then
level.
triple class is multi-class too. Yes, you do.
And can I have leveled up by being trained as a trader by like Lord Cicero? Would he train me?
Well, Master Cicero could. He's not actually a trader class, but I'd let him train. Literally, I'd let him train traders. He's a fighter. He's not an expert trader. It's part of the
Is he a
problem
good trader?
has.
Yeah.
But no, technically, sorry, Pluge. Multiple Pluge, the wagon master, is a trader.
Ah, great.
So
will I be able to do that?
There is but you still need the money. You need the money for resources and things like that.
Okay,
and also,
I don't have that, so never mind.
I don't think the party has much money.
No, we do not.
Do you want to be trained by them?
I mean,
Cicero is on the verge of financial collapse.
You make a persuasive argument there.
I mean, what's that? Is he on the verge of collapse because he's a bad trader, or is he on the verge of collapse because he was betrayed and his allies were killed, and
Yeah. He was betrayed and has never been able to recover the situation. And the last caravan he sent out ended in disaster, as 4 of his employees were killed by a bullet. as was his kank. Technically, he's got Maeve's kank. He's at net 0 kank, so he's fine about kanks.
And I guess he's got a box. He's got a box full of all of Maeve's stuff. Maeve's fancy armor.
Clothes and stuff.
I mean, technically, the holy symbol of Nibene was on a person, so there's that.
There's that.
Yeah. No, you did know you did fight. Yeah, I was going to say you will have found a weird holy symbol, and you got the key, which showed a journal of the carbons or whatever of letters or the records of letters to be sent to matron mother or something. I'm not sure if anyone who's not from Nibene would have any view whatsoever on what this meant. They'd be like, "What? This is weird." But
I would have thought we found good fire starting material. Lewis. All this paper.
One thing at Fort Cicero is that the dwarven woman with the mule baby that you had rescued from the gatehouse at Arkcold, Pia is awake and is being looked after by the garrison. She's kind of doing jobs for them. She's recovered a bit and is kind of. Master Sister will say that she's asked if she can be a servant here. And pot wash and things, but which they've said yes to. From the human slave Major Domo Pondrick, you gather his views like, well, I haven't got around to asking her about anything about her past yet, if I'm honest. And life's so busy, I just don't think I'm going to. He says. So that seems to be their official stance on the matter.
The stance is I'm an NPC and I'm not going to get involved.
I'm sure she wants to tell people about her past. She told us that she was in a caravan that got attacked by something and took refuge in Arkcold. I don't know. Do we need more details?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I mean, Maeve wanted to know stuff, but Maeve is dead. So
yeah,
Maeve is dead because they wanted to know something.
Look, if we all start nosing into other people's business, they might try nosing into our business.
And if she wants to be a worker, she can be if she's a good worker, she's a good worker.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you want Zedric to go with you on this expedition? The fighter who was lent out last time.
Ideally, yes. Also, how? Okay, so a few things I'd like to know. firstly, what is our situation vis-a-vis Kanks? By my count, we've still got 2. We've got Sadira's 1 and Maeve's 1.
Yes.
And the one, having lost the one that Lord Sishra gave us. So, we've got 2 Kanks. We're going to carry all this chain, and that was like, what, £700 or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, most of 1 cart, I think.
Yeah. So that's most of 1 cart. Well, I think we've got a large cart, which is 2,500.
Right.
Okay. Are we going to take Maeve's chests with us with the idea of selling what's in there? Are we going, or are we?
What do we find in Maeve's chests?
We find 4 bolts of common cloth, 2 pounds of obsidian, 2 pounds of coal, 10 pounds of common spices, Maeve's personal effects, a pound of exotic spices, and then in another chest, 11 pounds of rice, 3 pounds of sugar, 20 pounds of salt, 2 gallons of cooking oil, and 5 gallons of ale.
Yeah, of course we sell all that, except maybe the ale, which we probably drink.
Right.
Given that the personal
the
effects
chain
consist
weighs
of black
570
spiky
pounds.
kite and chainmail, or like black spiky kite and breastplate, or whatever it was. Don't sell it in Nibonay.
Is that obvious?
It's like very obviously Templar gear.
Okay.
I suspect the best thing to
the Nibonay Templar uniform was.
I suspect the best thing to do with the Templar armor is just bury it in the desert, and then just sell the rest.
So,
yeah.
Whoa, if it's chainmail, we don't want to bury that.
It's chitin.
But re-DNAing, by the way, our regular viewer John does suggest that the ancients may have had DNA testing. So maybe, I don't know, maybe we should investigate some ruins to find out ancient DNA testing to prove that Coraanu is definitely not anyone's father.
He could still be my cousin.
I mean, I'm definitely not anyone's father because he's like 20, but.
Spreading
that's even better.
I could be your father.
I'm a full elf. I'm a full elf.
I thought you were a half elf too.
No.
So you think?
That's why I'm disgusted with you.
Oh, but that's the mid-season turn right there. This is character growth.
Right. So are we just not going to bring Maeve's personal effects? Is that what we're saying here?
Yeah, bury the armor in the desert and sell the rest of it for change.
Get out of my life. Right. Now. I'm going to suggest we only take 100 foot of the 200 feet of rope. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Keep hold of some of it for ourselves.
So there's 100 foot.
We can of course also sort out like a kind of, it may be worthwhile not now, but working out what is at Fort Sisera in detail, like as in having it's not your stronghold, but it is a stronghold you're affiliated with. So it's probably useful.
So
Marcia has rope of her own, but yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna put the chains in. Let's see here. Chains, £700. Was it, Owen? What specifically was it?
570. 570 pounds.
Okay. And
whilst you're resting and recovering. The table, it was literally a turntable. Because that's the alloy it is. While you're resting and as people get back, there are the main trade that happens at Sisera itself, because it's so isolated, is elven traders. Like you'll just occasionally have elven traders stop within sight about a quarter of a mile away, and then Pluged or Lord Sisera, Master Sisera himself, will go out and arrange stuff with them, buying and selling. So there is a small amount of trade that happens directly, but it's just with like random elven tribes.
Which
Sisera is probably they will not be Sky Singers, I don't think, this far south, will they?
No, probably not. Well, Sky Singers do have some business in Barlick, apparently, but they're mostly pretty central.
No, I need to double check, but no, they're not. Yeah. They're not Coraanu's people. I'd say Master Sisera would be interested when you're saying about like helping the Aarakocra. Is that obviously they were like, maybe we could help you in some ways. He's a bit like, hey, find out if they have anything to trade, like as in find out if a fairly mobile, friendly, sentient nearby, relatively, like literally a couple hundred miles away or something, or 100 miles away, wants to be our friend. That'd be amazing, given how crap it is out here. Like, we're in the worst place in more or less. I mean, it's not literally the worst place in the whole of the tier region, as far as, well, maybe in the tier region it is, maybe not on the entire world from what legend says, but in the tier region it is about the worst place, just on the corner of nowhere.
I mean, you could be in a Sorcerer King's. I was gonna say basement. That's not right. Dungeon.
Same difference.
Yeah.
It'd probably be worth
Yeah.
doing a
Well, I think Masters is big into the fact that out here they are free at least. Like this is, it is a thing where the people out here are not under Sorcerer King rule; they're under his rule, and like that is relatively gentle. I mean, there's still 20. The population is 20 mercenaries, 30 slaves, a dwarf washerwoman, and a baby. So it's not a thriving and diverse setting, but
in time,
I prefer it to on the whole. Yeah. Hey, that's the plan, isn't it? That's what he wants.
Have loads of Sorcerer Kings claiming dominion here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Coraanu, you're a
cool.
elf.
Okay, I guess we can.
Hold on. What were you saying?
Coraanu, you are an elf, which means 1 water, 1 food a day.
Yes, I have heat protection.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we'll figure that out. Marcia, you are what race? Sorry.
I am regular old human.
Amazing. Do you happen to have heat protection? Not that it matters.
I have nothing.
Okay. And then we had Garras.
Half elf.
Half elf. Heat protection.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I'm just gonna. And then Ashur. What race is Ashur?
Ashur is a half elf as well. Does Ashur have half elf?
Half elf, no heat protection.
No heat protection.
I took useful skills like tightrope walking.
And then, what the hell's the Gedrick?
Human, I thought.
Zedric is a human.
Zedric, sorry.
He's a human. Yeah.
And then he's
like Gedrick is it? And Zedric's like, didn't we fight together? Didn't we risk our lives together?
Yeah, sorry, mate. Are we assuming that our other insect man, whose name escapes me, is coming with us?
Well, even if they are, they don't.
Yes, he won't matter for this session, but yes. No. I think to be fair, Simon had said he would have something else for this week, but he's not been able to make it.
Okay. Well,
I don't know. You'll have someone else. I do not know. Thri-kreen are great because you just want a Thri-kreen because they don't cost any.
Yeah. Okay, I'll just leave it for now. So right. So at the moment, we are going to have to stop along the way. This is the other thing I wanted to check. What route are we going to take? Because there's no way that our supplies will last us to Balak. We'll need to stop and resupply somewhere.
How many rations do we have?
Well, I've currently gone for a balance of. I'm assuming that we're able to resupply to the maximum extent from the fort, basically. Like if he can send one more caravan out. So I've currently got us at 50 standard rations, 27 iron rations, and 180 gallons of water. And 50
I
cake
am
feed.
carrying. I've got an additional week of standard rations for myself.
Yeah.
And a wineskin filled with beer.
Yeah, I've got a gallon of water on Sadira and 2 rations, so.
Yeah, I've got a week of rations as well.
I might get mine to 5.
We might be able to stretch
I'm
it
just
if we
checking
want.
your routes because you're going to have to go. Either you're going to go along the endless sand dunes. So your routes would be head south to the endless sand dunes, head north to the mountains along the forked tongue, which is where you're talking about going anyway. So that's fine. And then head along the stony barrens there, all the way round the Siren's Song, Silt River, and then there is a road that comes up there, Barlick. Yeah, there are some oases on that road, more or less. As you come, I can ping. I think you can see the roads actually on the main map.
I can only see the main road.
See roads. We can see roads over here.
Yeah.
The roads suspiciously do not go in our direction.
Get roll 22.
Yeah.
No, you'd be heading along tracks along the Stony Barrens, opposite Barlick, basically. Yeah.
What if we invented the Zeppelin?
And then you can see where that pass in the mountains is. You've got hey, there are silt skimmers. You can. There are boats for the Silt Sea. You just don't have one.
Yeah. We need more than a skimmer. We'd need a pretty hefty barge to take all of this. So. So yeah, I mean, that's fine. If there's oases, we can refill. But yeah, I mean, that's the balance of provisions I've gone for. Is I think that's we consume roughly 7.5 water a day and 6 food a day. So the rations will run out after, like, including the iron rations. We've got about 12 days of rations on the cart and 20 days of water.
Okay, so
we've got cank honey as well.
So
which
you've got
more water, so we just need to worry about food.
Okay, well I'll drop the water a bit then because that's really heavy. So let's go to 150 of water, which still gives us 20 days.
Your journey is probably your journey is probably about 19-ish, 20-ish days to the mountain pass. So to the a place that Cicero knows, an actual kind of good oasis. There will be springs and stuff in the mountains. So one option is obviously to try to get through into the mountains to the Aarakocra and try to get stuff there, Cicero would say, if you're needing a top up on food at least.
Like that kind of route. Because it looks like, isn't it a shorter route to go? Actually, let me to go that way instead. I'm going to do a different color. Because it feels like taking this more southerly route would be a bit faster.
Mm-mm. Apropos of nothing, do you think Aarakocra tastes like chicken?
They look pretty tough and gamey to me.
They're vulture-like, these beings that call themselves Aarakocra. So take that as you will.
I don't know.
I've just checked the speed multiplier on the different terrains.
Either route looks about the same.
I think it might be a tiny bit faster or something. But yeah, it's probably quite similar. And I guess if the Aarakocra are our best source of food, when they supply us or otherwise.
Yeah. So mountains proper are incredibly expensive, but you'd be tracking along the coast basically. There, you wouldn't be trying to go along the top of the mountains. You go through that pass into the coast. The multiplier for sandy wastes is 3. The multiplier for mountains is 8. The multiplier for stony barrens, which is further west over, is 2. So yeah, you're not going to try, generally speaking, to travel through the mountains proper. You're going to be along the coast.
Does anyone have any money? Because I have no money.
I have
leftover money.
Bit.
I have 200.
I can make a bit. I can make money if we reach a settlement.
Okay.
How can you make money?
Just normal, legitimate ways.
Oh, I see. The secret ingredient, crime.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I've now changed our balance, so we now have 100 standard rations, 27 iron rations, and 160 gallons of water, which gives us just over 20 days of both food and water at normal consumption rates.
Yeah.
Is that in addition to personal carry or including personal carry?
That's in addition to.
Okay. Yes. For the purposes of tracking and stuff, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
And we've got 25 days of Kank feed as well.
Cool. Yeah. So okay, Sadira. I mean, Sadira is the civilian head of the clan. What route are you taking, Sadira?
I think Sadira thinks that going via the Aarakocra places probably makes the most sense, given that she's kind of like, you know, now kind of loosely affiliated with them, and if we get into really dire straits, they might help us, and we may be able to help them along the way as well, depending on what happens. That's Sadira's opinion.
Yeah. Yep, sounds good.
We've gone from let's go to
okay,
Varlik first to let's go to the Aarakocra on the way to Varlik.
Well, I mean, if we're going to go past them anyway, if there's
Because otherwise you'll starve to death.
Then
Yeah. It's not actually what we want to help them. It's just that we don't want to starve to death.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we may or may not help them depending on what's going on. But...
It's like the multiplayer mode of that famous game. Don't starve together.
Yeah, accidentally get.
Welcome to Dark Sun.
I'm glad
Dark Sun mostly consists of logistics, so you don't starve, and boulettes.
Yeah.
I'm glad Dark Sun doesn't have like a sanity.
Sanity drain mechanic. I mean.
Yeah.
Don't tempt me.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't need to.
We'll get attacked.
You start rolling some encounters anyway.
I mean, we did get attacked by a nightmare monster, right? I mean, well, so it's not far off, is it?
Yeah.
The thing is that Owen wouldn't attack the sanity of the characters. He'd attack the sanity of the players.
Oh yeah, well.
Hence, with all his nonsense with the Lord of Madness.
I quite enjoy that some of our players intentionally say Lord of Madness is now.
I did check myself, yeah.
Yeah. Better check yourself before you wreck yourself. Okay, Alex, roll a d6. You're travelling.
Travelling.
Yep.
5.
Yeah. Let's get you killed. 5, that's fine. Okay, nighttime encounter check will be Beej. Does anyone have heat protection for Tom's purposes?
Oh, yes. I think it might just be me. Success?
I got on it as well.
Yeah.
Did you get a success as well, Garras?
What's the roll for heat protection?
Intelligence.
Yeah, it's in a weapon proficiency, so you're rolling d20 and you're trying to roll low. Remember, from the weapon proficiencies, it's like tracking. It's like tracking and stuff like that.
No, that was higher than my int.
Okay, so in that case, we're at 5.
A useful thing on character sheets for NWPs can be to find out what your pass score will be. So if it's int -2 and you have int 14, your pass score would be 12. And then you just put it, because that's how I format second edition sheets. Is like I just put the pass score with it.
Yeah. I put the ability modifier.
So otherwise, yeah.
All right. Yeah, done.
Yeah. Cool.
It's probably interesting because
nighttime check, Beej.
I imagine we all format our sheets differently, because I know how you do your, I know how I do mine, but I don't know what anyone else's sheets look like.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone to see mine.
Tom, I was just gonna. Yeah.
Mine are all on the.
Jay's is actually literally in crayon. He scanned it. The worst thing is he's drawn it in crayon and scanned it onto the computer so he can claim he has an online character sheet. It has a picture of Garras in crayon as well. Yeah. When Benbow died, he cried. It had to come off his mum's fridge. I do actually have my son's first ever character sheet. I've got his magic user in our Duchy of Mulcrow game, which he randomly rolled sleep. Like that was his randomly rolled spell on the first level spell list, and correctly planned knocking out the panther guarding this giant's treasure with sleep. I was like, basic, because he didn't wake up, and he was like, if he wakes up, I want to watch him, and then I'm going to cast sleep on him if he wakes up. And I was like, you are better than this than my Dark Sun players, because they just like run away when they fight a bullet. I didn't say that.
We didn't get sleep, okay?
we definitely don't have it now.
Also, he's probably smarter than us.
Yeah, undoubtedly. Yeah, in this group, actually, everyone apart from Beej has met him. So, in some format, albeit some of you have seen him mostly as a baby. Cool. Let's. Day 2 travel is going to be J, D6, road check.
Oh, actually, before we get too far, does anyone in the party actually have hunt as a non-weapon proficiency?
Nope.
And what does survival actually do as a non-weapon proficiency? Because I have survival sandy wastes, but I don't remember if it, like, helps with food or water or anything.
You get that part of like a half-elf thing, don't you?
I think I just took
Yes.
But
Or
I
like
think
a
Half elf.
half elves.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Coraanu.
level
He's
3. Level 3, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, you got. But that's one thing you can. That is one thing you can, of course, improve NWPs by spending extra NWPs on them to make their score better. Okay, basic survival knowledge. He understands the effects of the weather. He knows the methods to locate or gather drinkable water. He knows how to find basic, not necessarily appetizing food when none is available, thus saving off starvation. They can instruct others in the same situation. You roll a proficiency check to find food or water per day if you want. But that is, I think that's more obviously going to be more time consuming because you're spending time foraging.
So I guess
it can function as a foraging skill.
So I guess if we run low, well, I only have it for sandy waste. Sandy wastes is kind of this lighter yellow, right? And then this darker brown over here is.
Yes, so you're traveling across it right now. You're traveling across it right now. Stony Barrens. So Stony Barrens. I'm trying to ping. Roll20 doesn't want. Yeah, so that's sandy waste that Alex has pinged, and that's Stony Barrens. Yeah.
My feeling is we shouldn't tarry foraging while we've got the food. I mean, like, you know, we might end up net positive on food, but we're likely to encounter more stuff. Yeah.
But then we can eat that stuff.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Let's eat the fresh stuff before we worry about foraging, at least.
It might eat us.
Maybe one about foraging once we get down to the iron rations.
The encounter check for the day.
2.
Cool. Okay. Heat protection checks.
Yep. Fail.
Fair. Yeah. Anyone relevant? That's going to be a fail, Coraanu. So is it Coraanu, Garras,
fails,
and Sadira?
Sadira doesn't have
2 fails plus whatever you roll.
Yeah, fine. Oh, well, she doesn't have heat protection, so.
Oh, does Kent have it? Is that
what
I'm thinking? Yeah. Yeah, I mean you can roll direction sense, yeah, Marcia. That is, you're kind of heading along the beaten track. Yeah, I mean you will be able to identify which way you're going.
I point and say north
by
is that way.
concentrating for 1d6 rounds. They can. It's 1d6 rounds, and if the check fails but it's less than 20, the character it is actually a DM check rather than a player check. You also generically have a reduced chance of being lost by 5% in wilderness. As it is, you're on the road that obviously led out towards some of these ancient ruins on the coast. So it's easy to find your way along the coast. It's maybe the other advantage about going this way rather than south is that going the coast road keeps you on the ancient track.
Don't trust the roads.
Yes, great.
Things.
Night 2. Yeah. Night 2, Tom.
You want me to roll the encounter check? Let's go.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
That's a 2.
I don't know. Yeah, we are slow today. I'm just exit that.
I apologise for my
you're about to head in
today as well, by the way. I'm having some technical issues, so it keeps dying on me.
Oh, right, okay, good. I thought that was just us failing to connect, but
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, don't worry. You're about to head up toward the mountains, but following the coast road. I think you had been given a mark, like the Aarakocra had said, the kind of range of cliffs they lived in. Like, so you can identify that. They were able to describe where they lived fairly accurately, I think, to Sadira. So, yeah. In that case, in the next hex, you'll be kind of in and amongst that. Yeah, we're on to day 3 travel, aren't we? So, Andrew, Day 3 travel.
6.
Check. Yep. Okay, heat protection.
Success.
Success.
Okay.
Success.
Slightly cooler.
That is the
day
first
today.
thing that Jay has succeeded at rolling. Yeah,
In the
it's
entire
first thing that Jay has
campaign.
succeeded at rolling in 15 rolls. In 15 rolls, ignoring any initiative, a question of initiative. It is the only success he's had in the last 15 success or fail rolls.
It does feel good.
Yeah. It's heat protection for half a gallon of water or something. Like something crazy.
No, you can't.
4 pints of water. But you can't spare that. Water matters.
Yeah.
And you are currently like you're briefly as you kind of turn away from the coast briefly to go south of the kind of big mountain range, you can see towards this big silt thing where you're like, that doesn't look like there's any water on it. And yeah, I think it's that's dry. I think it's mud. The southern one is muddy. And like it's water is valuable. Water is very valuable. Oh no, in fact, no. This one is where you have been told the mud palace was on that island. That's where your Mark 1 is.
Yeah.
Across the silt. Okay.
A little bit of
Night
jungle in
3
this.
check
this
is going to be
marble,
Alex.
Marble
Yeah.
Palace or something, wasn't it? Oh.
Yes, that was the marble
no.
one. Yeah.
Here
The
we
marble.
go.
Oh no.
Okay.
I want to say frosty.
So a boulette emerges from the ground.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I can't sleep.
Could you roll 2d12, please?
2d12. What result is a bullet?
Yeah.
You're
all
right,
of them.
find out.
From all of the formality.
We already found out. Oh, did I? What? I thought I just. Okay.
I'm fairly sure it's a sub-table, so you'd need to.
Okay.
So 17.
small jump. 17.
Yeah. I mean, they're not incredibly common creatures. They're just common enough to turn up once in 6 sessions to wipe you out. It turns out, statistically. So yeah, you're technically in Sandy Waste here. You're camped now, so it's not a road encounter. It's a kind of elsewhere encounter. Yeah, you see. I guess this is probably the most of the party has infravision apart from Marcia. You'll see somewhere beyond the campsite, off the road, because you'll be fairly near the road probably, if not bang on. You will see some small heat signatures basically pop out of the ground, start moving. They're about 1 foot tall and seem quadrupedal. They're hopping around or 1 foot long, maybe rather than 1 foot tall. 1 foot long, hopping around on 4 legs.
Hopping?
Where is? Oh, the ghost cat isn't with us, is it? No. I was going to say is the ghost cat freaking out, but no, it's not him.
By hopping, when I say that, they're not like leaping in the air. They're not like flying in the air, but just kind of like, they have a kind of slightly loping, hopping motion. Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Are rabbits a thing? Do we know? Are they a thing that we would have?
I'm pretty sure most mammals don't exist other than humanoid.
I mean, some mammals exist, but
not cats are extinct.
There are no large mammals. There are cats. There's some suggestion there might be like large mammalians left in like particular the Ringing Mountains, that big mountain range. Like there's legends of that. There are still cats up there, big cats, not small cats though. I don't think any of you would be like, yes, there are small cats. But yeah, there's not really any large mammals in the common areas people travel.
How many of these things are there?
Let's find out. Okay, I'm gonna need to do it in Discord to determine how many. By the way, did you refresh your kank feed as well? I take it you did from what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because you only have one kank at this point. You are walking with one kank pulling the cart.
Oh, are we? Okay.
No stiv. Well, as in there's Maeve's kank, which would have been given back to you, I guess.
What about Sadira's kank?
To pull. Oh yeah, you've got Maeve and Sadira's kanks, so you can have one of them. I guess Maeve's kank can pull the cart, and Sadira's kank can be ridden by Sadira.
Well, Maeve can ride her kank. Sadira's not got riding. Hers is a pack kank anyway. So
Maeve being dead does not need her kank anymore.
Well, Sadira will ride on her kank then.
More you can hardly need.
Incredibly disgruntled looking thoroughbred kank just sort of pulling the cart. It's never done labour before.
Who's following up on trying to identify these heat signatures? Who's like actually on watch looking?
Yeah, I think Coraanu probably would.
Coraanu's happy to,
yeah. Because he's
Coraanu he is he Sandy Wastes guy as well?
Survival Sandy Wastes, yeah.
Yeah. So you know a bit about it. There are small animals that come out at night. You'd know. As you look out and kind of try to spot, maybe stepping away from the fire, 10 feet or something, just to get out of the glare. You can see probably spread out over a large, flattish area, hundreds of these things.
Can I start calling extra food?
Yeah, there's not a few of them. There's a lot of. They're not big.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's hundreds of them.
I can't see them being predatory in that kind of number.
I don't know if they're hostile. I think we keep the fire burning as best we can all night. Keep it big, and have people on watch all night.
Um,
How much firewood do we need a night, by the way? I've got that on the cart as well. I've just not been remembering to get rid of that.
There is like a calculation somewhere, isn't there? In terms of weight, I'm trying to think where we got it from. So it might be Wilderness Survival Guide, I guess, can't it? Firewood. Okay, let's have a look. Because have we worked this out before? Because I feel like we have.
I'm not sure we've been dealing with firewood actually this campaign. I think I just barely forgot.
I definitely bought firewood. I don't know if we've been burning it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have in other cases, I think, so possibly that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, we did in like Dolmenwood, for example.
Yeah. So okay, well I'll look up campfires in wilderness survival and we'll work it out. Which does have rest and comfort. How much sleep? Good sleep versus bad sleep. Fire, friend and foe. Start. So yeah, it's got rules for campfire size, like fuel, is what I want. A value in turns for how long it takes a single character to gather enough wood or other combustible material. Okay, so a small fire with capacity for 6, which would probably basically count for you because with Zedric there are 6 of you, aren't there? And the kanks are fine. A small would take, say, £6 of fuel for the night. Let's say.
So that's 3 of these firewood, basically. Okay, we're going to run out of firewood before anything else.
There's a point where you realise that D&D as designed, even in the first edition DMG or whatever, is actually a survival horror as much as it is anything else.
I guess, have we been using the fire every night? Do we need a fire every night? I guess it's the desert. It gets cold, so yeah, we will. All right.
You're in sandy wastes. Yeah, your temperature's going to be worse. It'll be a lot better up in the scrub plains and in the verdant areas like the Ivory Triangle, round here. You are in a particularly unexciting area for temperature. Let's put it that way. Okay. So that's fine. That's your evening check. So day 4 is going to be Beej. Day 4 check. Okay. And heat protection. Yeah. The small animals don't bother you at all. Like you keep the fire up. You keep on watch. They go back.
Is there any sign of
probably as if you go and look, you probably Coraanu would have. You'd suspect there are like the infill from burrows, as they're probably like slightly harder packed burrows underneath, with just a bit of sand infill covering them.
Heat protection for Jay. Looks like Coraanu succeeded.
Oh yeah, sorry, I succeeded. Yeah.
I think that's a success.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
What's your int?
Int's 11.
What's your intelligence?
So you succeeded on 9.
So heat protection is 9 then, because it's int -2.
Oh, I see. Right. Okay.
Was that a fail then?
That's a fail.
Yeah. That's int -2. Yeah, that's a fail. Yeah. Coraanu succeeded. Jay, it is your encounter check though. So if you're making an encounter check for night 4.
4.
Yep. Okay, I guess heading to the mountains to the north, as you kind of basically try to keep a coast road, but maybe just head off towards the open cliff faces where they nest. They said they'd probably spot you coming, so I guess if you probably want to head towards that area and see if they come and find you. It's probably the obvious thing. So
yeah, I mean,
Tom's daytime encounter roll day 5.
If there's cliffs around, we could probably make a fair amount of noise if we just threw a few rocks about, make it more obvious where we are. Although that's, maybe they'd find us sooner, and
I don't like the idea of that.
Something else finds us. So yeah, maybe that's not worth it.
Maybe not best to just make a load of noise.
Making more noise.
My feeling is like we've got plenty of rations and stuff. The Aarakocra might be a little bit shirty if we turn up and say, "Oh, can you feed us?" But actually, we're not going to help you right now. So I think basically either we stop and help them, or we just carry on.
I mean, we're here now. We might as well see if we can help them.
Yeah.
And if we can't,
if
we can't, we can kind of, see what we can do and say we'll be back later.
Yeah.
Need a different tool from the van or whatever.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. The daytime check is going to be Tom. Make a daytime check as you head towards the cliffs.
I rolled on dice.
Just your oath check. Oh, sorry, I didn't see it. 3. That's fine. Sorry, I didn't hear you call. Okay. Yeah, you'll arrive and you will be spotted. And it continues to be quiet. Essentially, you're large enough. Like 2 animals, a cart, and 6 people is large enough that most medium and small predators or whatever actually dangerous things don't come near you. Generally speaking, it's not that dangerous comparatively. But you head north and you're eventually spotted, and during the day you'll be intercepted. You'll see them circling and they'll come down slowly, keeping out of bow shot, and then landing and then flying up again just to show you who they are, so that you can see they are. And assuming you don't draw any weapons or anything on them, some of the previous members you previously met will fly down, and led by the chief Car, who you had met before Sadira, who rescued you, and they're a bit ungainly on the set on. He will incline his head towards Sadira, who he knows, and he's briefly met None of the others actually, because he will have also met Kent and Stiv, but they're not here. So he'll met Zedric potentially, because we weren't sure if he's actually there, were we? So he'll incline his head, and then speaking Tyrion, broken Tyrion, he'll greet you, and they're quite ungainly on the ground. These vulture men, like they don't love walking around probably, but they thank you for having come. He is just assuming you're here to help. You'd said you'd come back soon, so he's like, yeah, great, hello, and he will say that basically, is there anything that they can do for you, and what information do you need? Like, are you ready to receive information about what you need to do, basically?
I guess the first thing we need is to know where these, there's been something encroaching on their hunting ground or whatever they said. So where, basically?
Yeah. So these Aarakocra claim most of these the kind of eastern block of mountains as their feeding grounds. As you know, it's not a massive range. He will say there are perhaps a score of them. Like the Aarakocra, there's about a score of them, including some juveniles, just over a score. He will say proudly that two of the juveniles are initiates who are ready for the hunt of the silt drake, and so soon they'll be stronger. But he'll explain. Basically, the problem is that they think they know where these strange flying furry creatures come from, but they're not themselves. I mean, their maneuverability is okay, I think, but they're not like jet pilots themselves, and they are less well equipped than the flyers. So and the problem is they're nesting grounds. He says they are nesting grounds, but they cannot truly be nesting. The nesting grounds are in a canyon that is covered in vapor.
Vapor?
So they can't see. He'll say water vapor from streams.
Okay, that's less deadly than I'd worried.
Yeah. He says he'll almost make a shrug and says many dangerous things by water. Water is life. But he'll say basically because they can't see from above, so they're like they're like, we're not going to go down in there. They can't see. So these creatures emerge from there, and they've never been able to kind of catch them launching or whatever. So he says they come up onto the plateau, and he can show you it's fairly nearby. It's only, relatively speaking, a few miles away. He says that there's, because it's in the same kind of set of cliffs here. He'll say that he doesn't know how they'd get in because they can't, they wouldn't fly in because of the mist. But he says there are entrances either way, as he knows, on top of the plateau and from the bottom.
What numbers? Any idea?
He'll say they have seen up to about 8, probably.
Do they emerge at any particular
time? Maybe
time?
6. They are probably. I think that the Aarakocra would only probably see them in the day, but I'll see if they've seen them any other time, because they might see flying things by night. The Aarakocra are diurnal, like they're birds. They're daytime birds. He says the creatures themselves are. He says that they are active around dusk onwards. So the Aarakocra can sometimes get food through the earlier day, but at dawn and dusk they are challenged, and because they are less well equipped, they stay away. He says these creatures are smaller than the Aarakocra. They're like their keel length, their body length is like 4 or 5 feet long. Their wingspan will then be 10 feet long or something. The Aarakocra are bigger than them.
So, do we try and go in like the early morning and see if we can catch them asleep?
Couldn't hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if they're nocturnal, I'm starting to get a suspicion of what they are, but...
Well, I mean, that's the other advantage of them being asleep, is we can decide if we want to deal with them.
Yeah. I think that probably makes sense. Sneak in, burn the nest while they're asleep, and then run away.
Yeah.
would be my preference.
Do we want to attempt that now, or do we want to attempt it on the way back?
Might as well go for it. You know,
that's my opinion as well.
It's late. So it's later daytime, day 32 for what it's worth. So you're gonna go for it now.
Can we impinge upon the Aarakocra's hospitality for this evening if they're willing to, cover our rations? I don't know if they have water or not.
He'll look at your cart and be like, we cannot carry the cart. Like the rolling wagon. He'll say, can carry you to our nests, but not the cart. Or it says, perhaps we could take the canks.
Is there a convenient place to hide it?
He doesn't know what you're asking, obviously. It depends what you want.
Well, no, I mean, we could camp here. We don't need to go, but we're asking for food, basically.
I mean, they'd provide you with. Obviously their own food is under threat, but they could provide you with a night's feed. So it's 6 rations, not for food for the canks, because they don't have the right stuff.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I meant. I think our plan
maybe a
would
few
be
berries.
I guess our plan would be to camp and then go to where he's telling us about in the very early morning.
Yep. That's fine.
And we don't need the wagons come with us on that adventure. But if it just saves us using our food and water for a night, then that.
No, you could draw it up more or less dead up to the cliffs where they live, because then they can keep on watch for you. I think that he'd say just bring it as close to the cliffs as possible, and then they'll keep on watch.
Okay,
and
let's do that.
They'd guard you, obviously. And they could provide you with water, because they do actually have primitive water skins and stuff. Like they collect water. They catch rain. The rare rains that happen. They're up in the mountains, so it precipitates more here. They also get dew, which is probably actually a more valuable source, as well as from mountain springs. So they will give you, I guess, 6 gallons of water as well. 6 rations, 6 gallons of water.
Great.
Heat protection, because you may be able to save some of that water.
Yeah.
I guess.
That is a fail for. Oh no, sorry, that's his.
Heat protection.
Yeah, heat protection. If you could roll yours.
Heat protection.
That's a fail for me.
Pass for me.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Yeah, it is.
Actually, we only consume 1 water.
It's all looking up for Garras. He succeeded at 2 things.
I guess we don't need firewood either.
No, they could, if you want, they could probably give you some. Yeah, I mean, 6 pounds of firewood. They could probably, or of scraps of stuff, like they could probably get you.
Right.
This does include some bones and stuff. They'll be like, so from some of their hunting and stuff, they'll give you that. Essentially, they are like, this is all they can give you.
That's fine.
Like, they would not give you any more. This is essentially your immediate payment for doing this. Is them feeding you, and because this is very expensive for them.
That's fine.
Yeah.
The water not so much. They don't care about the water, but the rest of it is somewhat expensive for them.
I feel like these aren't the best trading partners.
No, but having people who can fly is pretty useful. Okay, so should we early next morning go and scout out the thing?
They're more like probably more like allies than trade partners, I suspect.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're saying.
Just if we've spent the night there, should we go early morning, have a look in this canyon?
Should we talk tactics a moment first, because we're playing a new party again. I'm not sure everyone knows what everyone can do.
Okay, fair enough.
So I have a bow and I'm pretty good with it. I also have swords, but not a huge amount of hit points. My AC is not too bad. And if I were to use a psionic ability to cast armor, I'd be fairly tanky.
I am laughably squishy. And not very good with any weapons. I have a use of magic missiles, which is good, and I have shield if I get into real trouble. And I have, okay hide in shadows and move silently at 20 and 25.
Ooh. That's a good point actually, because I also have thief abilities. I should. My hide is 35, and my move is 60 apparently. It's really good.
Wow.
So you might be the one who does some scouting.
Are you both bards? Sorry, are you both bards? Are both Coraanu?
Coraanu
a
thief.
Oh, I see.
Bards cap a lot
His
lower for
brother
the
is
skills.
Ashur is a bard.
Ashur is a bard. He caps a lot
Yeah,
lower,
they
but
do,
he
yeah.
still has 30.
Yeah, they get fewer points per level basically at start, and then at level up they get fewer points, don't they? So that's the big difference.
30 move silently and 25 hide for me. I can also throw daggers and do sleight of hand tricks that might look like burning hands or hypnotism to the untrained eye, but there's no magic involved.
Of course.
I think so it's worth saying. So Marcia and Garras are your tanks then, and somewhat DPS as well, I guess, for Garras being a gladiator.
Marcia is a tank. This is the first I'm hearing about that. I am a scout. I'm a rogue.
What's Marcia good at? Oh,
I am good at.
This is a thief party. You got
we got thieves and preservers.
Do you have 4 thieves? You've got 4 thieves, thief types, like rogue types, sorry, and a gladiator.
But then,
I think we know
3 of those thief types are also preservers.
Yeah, I feel like we sneak in, set fire to their nests, and then run away.
I think that is the plan.
Your best plan.
That might actually be a good plan.
Yeah, I think that is the.
What's everybody's move silently?
I've got 25.
30.
I've got 60.
Oh no, sorry, 20.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm the sneaky one. I have base of 70 plus 10 in wilderness.
Really good at picking pockets.
Wow.
So 80 when I'm not in town.
How have you got? Oh no, because you could have 45. Yeah, no, that makes sense. 45.
Okay, so
Yeah.
okay, they will guide you without any interference, flying as like your cap. They'll fly as your cap they'll say they'll basically probably be like, how do you want to enter it? Because from this end, the entrance there is an entrance up into this canyon. Like there's a rocky jumbled defile going up. They say there is like a stream at the head of it which goes down. They say it crashes down, it falls to earth at the head of the canyon. But yeah, obviously that is hard. They could carry you up there, I guess. They could take you to the bottom.
I think I'd prefer to go up from below rather than try and jump in from the top. What do people think?
Flying creatures are more likely to have. They're more like the. I feel like they'd be defended against flying creatures if they know that they're competing for territory with the Aarakocra.
Exactly. Yeah, I would expect them to be looking up more than down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we tunnel in from below.
That would be ideal.
Yeah. Have you got a boulette in the party?
Yeah.
The burrowing.
If only.
That's my third character.
Sorry, 1 second.
My third character in my tree is the bullet.
Yeah, I think we try and sneak in, and if that fails, we fucking run away.
Well, we could try fighting for a round or two.
Yeah, I guess it just depends what we're up against.
If they're not big things.
Sadira is going to stay well back. I mean, I've got a wand of paralyzation actually, so I'll probably just spam that.
Yeah, just use it.
Yeah.
And then I imagine after this fight, we end up having a conversation where we're pointing at each other, going like, "You're a wizard."
Yeah. Nobody tell anyone.
and then we do the secret handshake, and oh wow, you're not just a wizard, you're a preserver. We're friends now, etc., etc. I don't have to kill you, etc., etc.
What? 1 second.
What am I fighting again? I've got B, C, and F. Are any of them? Oh, okay.
Good.
I mean, F's very good if they fail their poison save.
How fast is type F?
Immediate death.
Yeah, actually, I've got F as well. Although you have to inject it, don't you?
Yeah, but I've got throwing knives.
Doesn't injection just mean like on a weapon?
I believe it. I thought it did. And I've got a lot of throwing knives.
It just needs to get in blood, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah. So
yeah, injection just means injury.
Yeah. I would like to apply a bit of the my special poison to one of my knives in my bandolier before we go charging in.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a rule for applying poison.
I think you just kind of do it.
Or if I can just do it.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Double check, but
You get to make 1 dose of each of your poisons that you know a day.
Yeah.
Well, I'll make you a dose of F as well then, and you can have that as well if you've got throwing knives with it.
Yeah. I thought
Just
this through.
a quick sanity check with everybody. As a rogue type, at level 3, our Thaco should be 19 now.
Correct.
Yes. Yes. It goes up by 1 point every 3 levels or something, I think. Or is it 1 point every 2 levels? Clerics are 2 points every 3 levels, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell you what I'd really like. I'd like some knives that don't have an attack penalty on them.
Yeah.
You
Do we
want
have
a
any
metal knife?
any bonuses?
I mean, ideally,
to
but I don't
our-
think I can afford that.
Being proficient just means you don't have a penalty, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm not particularly good with with my bow.
man, I should probably remove that.
Do you not have a
on
dex bonus?
Oh yeah, I guess I do.
Missile attack
I-
adjustment.
Okay, so I have a +2 to that. Okay, cool.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, so yeah.
Attacking
And
it.
strength, remember, does apply to a set of missile weapons
Yeah.
damage. Yeah, yeah.
Is it
So
basically everything but
making
crossbows?
sure you know
right?
all your potential
Oh,
modifiers.
do longbows get a strength bonus to that for damage?
You need like a fancy one
yes.
if you have like a really high strength.
Ah, darn. Just me backup characters specialised in longbow and longsword, but again,
mean, like,
tribal made elf weapons probably aren't the same fancy stuff that you're saying.
Well, it's like if you have like, you know, it's like imagine like a compound bow with a really strong draw. You know,
Yeah.
like you know the off the shelf bow is not gonna have the same damage bonus.
Fair enough.
as the- But
You
that's
can
only,
tell me what the rules are later, because obviously I'm not playing that character today anyway.
yeah. I mean, I'm not sure there is something specific. It's more just like
So-
powerful bows are harder to come by.
The Aarakocra will guide to the bottom of the defile. Then, where you find, and it then cuts through. There, it seems to partly head back underground, and then there is a channel along which a thin stream continues. There is a stream of water breaking through the jumbled rocks at the bottom here, and you can see ahead of you going uphill. It's misty. It's vision is obscured beyond several hundred yards. 1,000 feet or whatever, a fifth of a mile that would be. But you can see that there is a somewhat green canyony thing ahead of you. It cut into the rock. It cut into the surrounding cliffs.
Well, what should our march order be? I suppose.
All of you in front of me.
Yep. Pick.
We should constantly. It's like
I think
we constantly switch position as we all try and get behind each other.
Yeah.
I mean, I assume that this means everyone is behind Garras most of all.
Well,
Yeah.
if we're wanting to sneak in, then that should mean anyone who's willing to have a go at sneaking would be slightly ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when you hear the first person scream, Garras should come running.
Yeah.
Shouldn't
Good
be
plan.
too far ahead. Should only be 30 yards or something. Well, maybe not 30 yards, like 60 yards or so. Nothing can catch up quickly. This also seems like a good kind of place for one to cast a psionic ability and armor themselves. So that is what Coraanu is going to do, making like big, clutching at his head as he focuses and. I guess.
The power of my mind.
Are you going to try making your proficiency roll? Or oh, okay.
He does conceal the somatics, the somatic components of his spell as he mumbles to himself.
By the way, read the earlier poison-making discussion. John wondered whether had heard you say that you're making doses of meth for each other.
Close enough. It's equally deadly, but less expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think meth kills you instantly. Yeah. That's kind of why it's so awful.
It depends how bad your dealer is, but point taken.
But then
instant meth.
No, it's not coming. In the extended D&D film universe, they're gonna make this film with Daggett Neverember, and then there's gonna be a TV show set on Dark Sun about a poison type F creator called Zolta Bright, and the kind of he was driven into making type F poison by a tough life in Dark Sun. His entire adventure was eaten by a boulette.
He needs to pay off the raised dead bills for his party.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bad guys, sorry.
Great. So, no, welcome back. No, you've mostly missed discussion about poisoning people, I think. So don't worry. Great. So yeah, your party is at the bottom of the kind of jumbled rocks through which this stream is breaking, and you can see a fifth of a mile or so, and you can see. That's what you can see. You can see there is some greenery ahead coming up. Some kind of canyon.
Yeah, so I think it should probably just be the two of us sneaking ahead, given we've got, 60 and, 75, 85?
80.
80.
Yeah, I guess Sadira will hang back a little bit.
80?
Yeah. 80. 80's pretty good.
I think Garras should just clump in on his own.
I'm actually. Are you brave enough to go alone? Because 80's better enough than 60 that, I'd probably hold you back a bit. But also, I imagine you'd want the support if you're up there and things do go wrong.
If things go wrong, I am running. No, I mean, she's a professional. That's what she's here for.
Is this part of the pre-agreed military plan?
Yes. I'm just following the
pre-agreed military plan.
I'm just following the plan, guys.
This is us coming up with the plan, though. Like, you are sneaky. I am sneaky. You are sneakier. Do you want to go alone? Yep. Do you want to go alone? Okay.
Yes, I do. I will take on this burden.
Good luck, Marcia.
We shall forever remember you.
Okay.
Great. So you two are climbing through the rocks while I guess everyone else is kind of hiding down beneath.
I think it was
the
Marcia
Aarakocra. I guess will stay on. Oh, what's Marcia's going alone. Everyone else is at the bottom with the Aarakocra kind of up as cap above.
Marcia kind of going ahead was the plan, kind of typical 100 yards or whatever, one round of manic sprinting distance.
Yeah, then the rest of us just sneak behind it 100.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the Pink Panther theme playing or whatever.
Oh, so you're all going up. That's fine. Yep. No, that's fine. That's fine. You're going to be going slowly because you're initially climbing over rocks, as in your speed is genuinely quite low here, as you'd expect. Okay, Marcia, I will roll. You're doing a move silently check. And your move silently is 80. Did you say? Did we agree?
It is. As long as you will agree that this is the wilderness.
Yes,
it is the wilderness. Yeah, it's initially, at least at first glance, a lot nicer than your average wildernesses that you've been seeing lately. But
what a nice wilderness this is, everyone.
You clamber through it's kind of hard to get to actually be really quiet clambering over the rocks. But yeah, Marcia, could you roll me for the first, I guess, roughly mile or so that you travel? Could you take you 50 minutes plus a rest turn, so it'll take you 60 minutes because that's how it works. Could you roll me? I think it's a D8, please, just as your wandering monster check. A D8. Yep.
Severino.
So you are out of the rock. You're out of the rocky, the kind of super rocky area at the bottom of the of the canyon, and you're now into the mist field. But I mean, it's not so heavy. Like there's an increasing amount of water. You could see a lot of it was probably heading underground because you saw kind of channels cutting and kind of slightly wallowing mud and stuff around where it came out of the canyon. But yeah, you can hear animals, you can hear like amphibians and stuff and insects clicking away. You look around and you can see that it's not exactly tropical, but it's like I don't know, an Arizonan box canyon or something. It's pretty fertile here compared to other places. From above, the Aarakocra will be able to tell you it's about 5 miles long. Are you tracking to the water? The water is deep enough that it's an obstacle to movement. It'd be you'd be slow walking up it. Are you on the left or the right hand side of the river? I guess this is to Marcia, but also to everyone because you can all decide.
Yeah.
What you're doing.
I'm on the right hand bank.
We'll keep on the same side as Marcia.
Yeah.
There's no sense in splitting.
Yeah.
Don't split the party.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, we all die together.
Yeah, especially versus boulettes. Yeah. So what you'll see on this side, up ahead of you, you will see there is a some way ahead of you at this point, still after a mile in, but you'll see that there is a cave entrance. You've seen a couple of small caves already, but like by that I mean they seem very small. Just you can see the back of them as you head up there on the right hand wall. The walls are lightly sparkling grey, smooth rock material. And there is a deeper looking cave roughly ahead of you on the right hand side.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So yes, you're Marcia, what do you want to do? As in the other one, obviously you're 100 yards ahead of everyone else.
I would like to just give a little peeky poo into the opening of that cave.
Yep. Okay, so continue traveling. I'll make a move silently check for you if you are continue to move silently. Again, you are continuing to struggle to kind of find amongst the slightly different sort of terrain to what you're used to. Could you make another D8 check as you head forward up to the cave? I mean, you're going quietly up to the cave. You're not jumping into it, but yeah, just in general, could you make another D8 check?
I leap into the cave.
What'd you get?
I got a 2.
7. There you go.
2 that one. No.
Oh, a two. Yeah. So no. You do see small amphibians and insects around. Nothing particularly bothers you. You see here, looking up, it immediately begins to slope upwards. Not incredibly steeply, but it slopes upwards here, up into the cliff, up to upward. So you can only see, relatively speaking, a few dozen feet in before it begins to curve out of sight. It is about head height, just less. So for most of you, you would be able to more or less stand in it.
So there's no sign of everything looks natural. Is there any disturbance that I can see?
Not at first glance. If you've got any NWPs or anything else that's relevant, feel free. Obviously, if you want everyone else to catch up with you, they can also come and have a look.
Do I have tracking and survival?
Yeah. Yes, tracking would be relevant.
Yeah, if they've described what these creatures look like, I would just want to see if there's any sign of them moving around on the ground.
Yep. Make a tracking check. What, by this cave? Is that your?
Yeah, I just want to see if there's anything that comes in and out of the mouth of this cave. So what is tracking is wisdom, and my wisdom is a 13. I didn't make it.
Isn't tracking always like -6 if you're not a ranger anyway?
I don't know. I just have this building that says Wisdom 0.
Yeah. So, if you're not a ranger, it is worse. So, tracking is like excellent for rangers and okay for other people because of the penalty.
Well, I am a scout, so I wonder if that kit gives me that. I'm pretty sure
it might work. Yeah, it might well be. I'd probably be inclined that if a kit gives you tracking, I'd probably be inclined to give it to not penalize it for non-rangers because that seems like the point of the kit to me. But yes, no, you're looking at it. There's no visible, like in terms of like obviously visible kind of scat or heavy breaking of like footprints in the sands or anything. And dirt.
Now, did they give us a lot of detail about where, like, is this where they're coming from, or were they not sure? They just know that it was this general area.
Yeah. What they've seen is that they have seen them kind of go back in here, fly back down here
into the canyon,
and they've sit into the canyon, into the mist. They seem fine going to the mist. The Aarakocra do not want to. Going up onto the top, like they see them sometimes on the top, and they see them kind of launch themselves from the top, from the plateau on top.
Yeah, I guess I was just wondering if they had enough detail that we know that this cave is actually an entrance to there.
No, they don't have that much detail. I don't think.
No. The whole problem is the Aarakocra don't want to go down into like a mist-covered box canyon to find out.
I would. Okay. And is there any chance for me? I mean, I guess the water's right next to me, so it's going to make this hard to just listen around. Put my ear up to the edge of the cave and listen and see if I can hear.
Oh no, yeah. Well, no. If you think you're not bang next to the river, you're at this point. It's like a mile wide, and the river itself is quite wide, but it's not like a mile wide.
It's very wide. Okay, that's quite wide.
Yeah, the canyon is like a mile wide total, and the river probably is like at most a sixth or a fifth of a mile, so you can get well away from it. Do you want to roll a hear noise check? Is that your desire?
Yes, that would be a 35 for me. Do you want me to roll it, or you can roll?
As in, have you passed? Hear noise, you roll. Do you not?
Okay.
I think.
Oh, I succeeded. Got a 6.
Wow.
Yeah. Ridiculous. Sorry, I'm going to have to... you hear a clicking or a clacking very intermittently, as if, around the echoes of tunnels.
Okay, I turn back to the people who are about 100 feet behind me, and I make some special ops hand signals to them.
What's he saying?
Garras, there's something for you to run in and kill.
And then when they don't do anything, I annoyingly just beckon them forward. They didn't understand me.
It's like he's trying to communicate.
Oh, I got the second part. Fine.
Then when they get up there, there's a stage whisper. I'm like, I think they're in here.
Doing hand signals? Nobody told me we were doing hand signals.
Everyone knows these hand signals.
Let's go in the cave.
Okay.
Does everyone here have improvision?
No, that's the problem. Is now that we switched to cave environments, I'm not a good scout because I can't see in the dark.
Right.
Have your torch ready.
Have your torch ready, but don't light it.
How long does it take to light a torch? Doesn't it take a little while?
Like a minute or something. It'd be your action. Although, the moment you light it, doesn't that kind of... Does lighting a torch whilst you're in a dark environment blind your improvision?
Yeah, briefly. Feel free.
Okay.
How briefly?
New plan. Since all of you can see in the dark, you
I'll
go in and kill them, and I'll stay out here.
Okay, if any of them try and flee, you kill them.
Okay. Good luck. See you guys later.
Does Coraanu want to go ahead if you've got the high sneak? And we'll bring up the
Yeah. Okay, I guess I'll lead the way.
Right.
All right, Marcia goes back to the wagon. See you guys.
No. You wait here in case they try and flee out the cave. Then you can shoot them.
I wait here
Marcia,
to make
you
sure
feel like
he doesn't
the
leave.
oddest tingle on the edge of your mind as you step away, but no more. Okay. Is everyone else heading up the cave? What's the march order? If so, what's the plan?
I think it's the same thing again with this time Coraanu leading. Like a bit ahead, sneaking.
And what's the march order for the remaining three of you?
Probably head towards the front of the remaining group, I guess, just because I've got relatively short range stuff.
Yeah, same. Well, actually, I'll be further back. I've got nice
sling. I'd be more inclined to put myself, more towards the front. More armed for melee and that sort of thing.
Oh, you're definitely in front of me.
Okay, Sadira will take up the rear then.
I'll hide behind Garras.
Yeah. So Garras with Sadira and Ashur behind him, and Coraanu sneaking off ahead.
Yeah.
That's the plan. Okay. So you move silently. Is that?
Yep. 60%.
What's your move silently, Coraanu? Yep. Great. No, you start heading up. It's at points it becomes a bit steeper. It evens out. It's fairly narrow, with a few small areas that open out, you eventually, you get you realize it continues to rise. Logically, it must be rising well into the plateau from here, and it continues to rise. What do you want to do? Everyone else is following. Yeah, presumably a little way back, like a round back.
So did he say he heard a noise or something?
Yes, Marcia said she heard noise. Yeah.
Right. Right.
Noises.
Yeah, I guess it's probably worth me having a listen myself, actually, see if the noises seem to be getting louder or something as we go.
Yeah, Sadira will listen as well, actually, given that I've got I detect noise.
Yep.
Mine's not great, but 20. That's a fail.
Yep. No, you feel you're like there probably are noises, but you have no idea what they are.
Yeah.
You're like maybe they're my friends, but it's kind of hard to pick out.
Yeah, Sadira's detect noise also fails. I mean, I say we just continue.
Yeah, I mean it'd be nice to know if there was something we were blundering towards, but we don't.
Yeah. That's your official position on the matter.
Yeah. We'll just have to get up there and kill it when we find it.
Yeah. Okay. Alex, go ahead. Could you roll a D10, please?
Yes. Is this a surprise check? Because I have good deck. Or is this something else?
Well, roll your die.
Oh dear. Oh no. 3.
3. What's your dex modifier?
+3 reaction adjustment.
Yeah. So you suddenly stop. You stop just midstream, as it were. You don't go further forward. By the way, is Zedric with you? Is a relevant question, or is he back at the cart, or what?
I guess he's at the cave mouth because he hasn't got infravision, has he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so he'll just be with Marcia. Yeah. No. So yeah, you are about to step forward when you think you hear, like, just as if unintended, some sort of skitter of stone ahead, and just the clicking of something round the corner. And you stop.
Yeah,
What do you want to do?
I think I'll stop slowly. Very
Man,
cautiously.
we need some more stressful music for this.
Very, very cautiously, like step, step, like very very quiet, even quieter steps back to the rest of the group and tell them I heard something, and then I don't know if it heard us. I think it might have heard us. So I don't think we'll be able to sneak up on it, but we can try. I don't know.
The rest of us should shuffle closer to you.
Yeah, I think we should proceed together from here, and then as soon as we see whatever it is, just like open fire, all weapons.
Does one of us want to go and retrieve Marcia and Zedric?
No.
Like, I mean, if the point is, if we're going to go in and not surprise them anyway, then they may as well come in with their torches.
But there's a difference between not surprising them as in they know there's something else in the cave, and not surprising them as in they see the torchlight come and know when we're about to attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we should at least go and tell Marcia and Zedric what we're going to do, and say,
how far into the cave have you
follow
gone?
us in
How
short order.
How far are we from them?
How far into the cave?
You're a couple of 100 feet up this.
How
kind of
loud
long,
can we
winding
scream when
passage.
combat is joined?
I mean, we would hear you if you're only a couple hundred feet
Yeah,
in.
yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, we can shout for help if we need it then.
Yeah, which we won't.
Yeah. Yes, we would, obviously.
We won't need help because you're going to burn it and run, and there'll be no conflict. So,
Yeah, that's fine. All right. Shall we move up then?
Yeah. We'll shuffle up together.
Yeah.
I guess maybe we'll be able to surprise it.
Oh,
So
hey,
everyone comes up to.
a completely random question, not related to anything. Do you guys have anything to burn it with?
Yes.
I've got oil.
All right, just making sure you brought some of that. You didn't get up there all the way and then go, wait, we don't have any
No, I got
substance.
I've got a
burns.
fire kit, a lantern, and some oil.
I have not magic.
I love not magic.
I mean, I've got torches as well, I believe, but yeah.
It's so not evil.
So,
Magic isn't evil,
okay,
it's
so
misunderstood.
Coraanu, Sadira, Ashur, and Garras catch up with you, coming slowly along.
Yeah. I guess let's go.
Yeah.
What's the plan?
Just very probably like we all have thief skill. Do we all have thief skills?
Except Garras.
Yeah.
Garras doesn't.
I mean, we could try. Do we want to give up on moving silently and just all move together and attack at the same time as soon as someone comes into range, or do we want us all to move? Thieves to move up quietly and then maybe get a sneak attack off, and then Garras chase after.
I mean,
I think the chances aren't good for that.
No,
are they?
I don't think the chances are good for that.
So I think we just move up all
Yeah, I think
together,
move up together.
and then the moment we see anything, we just attack.
Yeah, and yell for help.
Yeah.
Yep. So you all, I guess, charge up basically. Like you'll move rapidly around the corner. You will see in infra there are positioned for ambush. So you'll see them. You know you're looking for something there, so you'll be looking up to the sides and so on. But they might be able to ambush someone who hadn't expected them at all. There are 3 heat signatures. They are 3 feet long each. They have large pincer-like formations and tails, and aside from their pincers, 6 other legs. You're in initiative. Declare your actions.
Shit, these aren't even what we're looking for.
well, I thought they were bat people.
I think
Do they have wings?
No, these aren't
No.
what we're looking for.
Okay. Crap.
are they rust monsters?
They're scorpions, mate.
Are they just scorpions?
Or
Yeah.
pinchy crabs or something.
Right.
Crabs.
Well, they must
Well,
be
I guess-
intelligent if they tried to ambush us.
Well,
they're living
intelligent
okay.
enough to try and ambush us. That's not terribly.
Well, like
Yeah.
a trapdoor spider can ambush something.
yeah,
or something.
exactly.
Like, immense.
Sadira
Right,
is going to use.
Garras.
Oh, sorry.
I'm going to
Garras.
draw my impaler and attack the nearest creature, I guess.
Yeah. Yep, go for it. That's fine. What's the Impaler's speed?
5.
5. Okay. Yeah, Coraanu.
I'm gonna attack with my my longbow, which I've not written down on the sheet what the speed is, but speed's 7 or 8.
7, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's 7. You can check that for me.
Yeah.
Marcia, nothing for now. You'll get a round later, I guess. You'll have a chance to react. Sadira.
Sadira is going to point her wand of paralyzation at one of them and use it.
Yep. I think, what is the 1 speed? I actually have I do have the sheets, I think, nearby. Because I did print these out. Otherwise, I can find them in the DMG. Because it's like optional. Is it in there? Like, yeah, optional initiative modifiers. What's the other person who's there is Ashur. Ashur, what are you doing?
I'm going to hook some knives at one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, I've got it written down here as I've got 2/1 attacks when throwing knives. I don't know where I've written that down from.
That's two. That's rate of fire 2. That'd be rate of fire 2.
Yeah.
A wand is initiative 3, so that's fine. Okay, Ashur. So you're able to fire 2 daggers. So that's gonna be 2 and 4, isn't it? Any preference for targets? There are 3 of them.
Focus fire. Focus fire, I think. Probably all. Yeah.
The nearest one.
Is that including the wand of paralyzation?
No, I'll point the wand of paralyzation at a different one.
Yep, that's fine. Okay. Coraanu, do you want to roll a d10? Beat my 10. It's all looking up Garras.
Hey.
Did you actually get something good?
Yeah, I got an 8.
Kind of.
So the daggers are going before, and I think the Impaler will go before, and the wand will go before.
Well, the wand of paralyzation. You assume.
Yeah.
They've got natural weapons. They have a few natural weapons. Would not be a surprising idea to hear. Okay, Ashur, you're going to start. Throw a dagger.
FYI, I'm not throwing the poisonous ones.
Okay.
At these. I
Yeah,
want to say
no,
the
that's fine.
poisons for the actual reason we're here. But fire 1. Oh.
Yikes.
Yep. That's.
It clatters into the side. As you come around the corner, you throw, but it just clatters off the side wall. Okay, Sadira, you're at 3 wand of paralyzation. Let's just double check if there's a save allowed. Is there a save allowed?
I think there is. I don't know if it's
time?
up to hit. I think it just has to roll save. I mean, the cactus.
I assume there is. Yes, that's what I thought. Wand of paralyzation. Yep. So your infra is briefly interrupted by a ray of blue energy going for target 2, illuminating it as it passes its save, but illuminating it as a as some kind of large blackish scorpion-like creature. The face is different to a scorpion, but yeah, the rest of it is. But yeah, it bounces off the shell and splashes away. It kind of resists it.
Damn.
Okay, they're at 13. We're now at 11. So second dagger at 12.
Okay. There. 17. Faco 19, but attack adjustment -1 because it's a bone dagger. That makes Faco 20, I guess.
20 functionally.
AC 3.
So AC 3. Yeah, it hits, but clatters off the thick shell of this thing. Okay. Garras, you're going at the same time as them. Do you want to roll your attack on target 1?
Okay, so I've got +2 on this, I believe.
Yep. What, as in compared to your normal Thaco? What is your normal Thaco?
18.
So it's going to be a Thaco 16 for a specialised weapon. Yeah, you engage one, but it's quite small and manages to skitter back. Okay, they will attack with a natural weapon, and I guess they will they will split. Coraanu is probably the furthest back, I would probably think, because
I'd probably been near the front because I was.
Do you think you'd gone in front?
Yeah, because
I guess you were scouting on. Yeah,
I was scouting, and I have my magic armor.
Yep. So, they will attack with their pincers against Garras. That's going to be a hit and a miss, pretty certainly. Yeah, that'll be a hit. Versus Coraanu. AC2 for the lower roll there, so it's going to hit you, I think.
AC2, yeah.
Yeah. And then I guess the third one will go for Sadira this turn. At 17 and a 19, so that's going to be 2 hits. So, versus Sadira, 5 damage.
Amazing.
Versus Coraanu, 6 damage.
Wasn't it 1 versus me? 1 hit me.
Oh, no, Garras was hit by 1.
The 11 hits an AC2, Jesus.
11 hit AC2.
Ow.
What are we doing here, guys? Are we gonna?
It's not anywhere near. It's not as bad as a boulette. So that is 40. You Garras. Okay, so round 2. What are you doing? This is your favoured round, Garras. Oh, not round 2 yet. Sorry, no, we're sorry. My mistake. It's gonna be longbow.
Yes.
Next.
Are we gonna stay in this fight, guys?
I guess we can see what the longbow does first.
Yeah, let the longbow happen first, and then we'll...
Okay.
Yeah.
Effective FACO of... 15, actually, which is pretty good. So that hits with -1.
Okay, well, I guess Sadira is going to cast shield.
Well, I was going to say, the longbow is going to fire twice, and they've got more attacks, so...
6 damage on the first one.
6 damage, crikey, that's a good hit. Yeah, I mean, it sticks in the plate armor. It doesn't, it's not bleeding or anything, but it does do some damage. Okay.
And second attack.
Then that was on 15.
Oh no, yeah.
And so they're going to be attacking at 16. They're going to go for their stinger versus Sadira.
Oh,
which misses. Versus Coraanu, which misses, and versus Garras, which misses.
Yeah, that could have been very nasty, and I'm very happy it wasn't.
Okay, it's going to be bow again. You are point blank if it matters for specialization.
I'm
kind
not
of stepping back and just you're just firing it into their face.
Yeah,
you're not firing into. You're not firing into a different combat, at least, I guess, is the combat to Coraanu. You're not. There's no risk of your friends. You're just.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Okay.
At least it's not a bone weapon, so the bow can't break, right?
And finally, their mandibles.
Oh my
they have some
How many attacks?
Okay, so versus Coraanu.
Yeah.
That would be AC1, so that will hit. Versus Garras, 17 will hit. Versus Sadira, 3 will miss.
Are you sure?
So
I only have AC 10.
Oh yeah, that will hit.
Sadira is
versus
dead, then.
Coraanu. 15 to Coraanu.
What?
I'm dead.
Garras. 15 to Garras.
My God.
Is Garras up?
He's up.
Okay. And Sadira, 11.
Dead.
I'm leaving.
So,
leave.
Round 2.
Yeah, as I die, I shout, "Flee!" We learn nothing. Never fight anything.
Marcia, You're Marcia. You are now back in as well because you've heard the screaming from up above.
Who's
Zedric.
Who's the guy with Zedric? I'm like, so Zedric, have you been working for Sistra for long? We're just like outside the cave chatting.
It's like, yeah, I never get killed by bullets or anything. So.
Yeah.
And then there's screams. We're like, oh no.
Can I hawk a burning hands and then start running?
Yes, you may. What's burning hand speed?
1.
1. Okay, and Garras.
Impaler attack.
You can move half, remember, whilst attacking, or you can run.
Oh,
Casting time speed.
Yeah. I think running.
Yes,
probably wiser.
Okay.
Full run. Okay. And Marcia and Zedric.
I'll just instruct Zedric to step back from the opening and prepare a shot if he's got a ranged weapon.
Yeah, he does have a missile weapon.
All right, so I will knock an arrow.
I'll just
stand
check what it is
at ready.
He's got a bow. And
I'll tell
Marcia...
him, the first thing that moves that comes out of this cave, shoot it. Don't even wait to see if it's friend or... No, just kidding.
Marcia, what's your speed for your bow?
Beej?
Marcia, what's your speed for your bow?
Oh, sorry. I'm not used to being... it's a 7. Oh, it says rate of fire is 2-1. Does that mean 2 shots per round?
Yeah, 7-14, yeah. Okay, Jay, take responsibility for your side. Roll low. D10. Beat my 2.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's easy.
Nothing.
Higher is better, right?
So, yeah, I'd say Garras starts running at 0. So the upside, as in Garras functionally starts running when this round starts. So he is moving. Okay, let's make some whiz checks for them. 1, 2. 2 of them are eating the dead. The third one will attack Ashur. With 2 pincers and hit with... What's Ashur's AC?
9.
9. So that'll be 2, hits with both 5 damage. Is Ashur up?
I'm up to the 5.
Yep, so your spell is spoiled and then you start running.
Yep.
That one will now pursue you down. Garras is ahead of you at this point. The others are just waiting with a ready action functionally. So that's simple. Okay, round 3. One of them is running down after you.
Sorry. Do I lose the prepared spell?
You do, yes.
Okay.
Garras and Ashur, what are your actions as you run down? Are you just full running, both of you?
Yeah,
I'm running.
Yep, full run. That's fun. Okay, Andrew, D10. Beat my 8.
I beat the 8.
You do. So you come down out, and this creature, this large scorpion, comes out to be fired at by the readied actions, which are, I guess, just rolling over. So, Alex, do you want to roll for Zedric?
Yeah.
And Beej, you roll for Marcia for your first shot. As it comes out into the light, pursuing its prey. Yeah.
18 against his Faka.
I mean,
He's what, a second level?
Yeah, it's going to be that'll be a 0. And Beej, is that what's that hit?
Oh,
I assume that hits AC 0 or -1.
Yeah,
yep, that's 2 hits. So you both hit with your bows.
I'll do 2 damage.
Sheath or flight arrow?
Sheath. Oh no, it's a short bow, so it'll be flight. It'll be D6. Don't worry, we'll keep that my mistake. So,
Yeah,
no, it's fine. Reroll the 1, yeah. So there's a couple more arrows sticking in it now, and it looks puzzled and confused.
A 2-1 actually, isn't it? It's probably a bone arrow.
Yeah, the bone arrows. So yeah. Okay. Next, it is confused. It will cringe back probably for this round. from the sun because it's had to. It spent all its movement running down. Okay, next round. What do you do? There are 4 of you. Notably, there are 4 of you, not 2 of you. But this, yeah. What do you do?
I'm going to move back even further, but continue to shoot at it.
Oh, I should say no. There'll be second shots, won't there? Zedric and Marcia fire again this round, and then you're declaring actions. That misses.
Zedric
That will miss. Yeah. No. So it's probably what's its movement compared to you? Because you're going to be both sprinting full speed. Okay, its movement it's roughly the same kind of movement as you. So it has stopped slightly short of everyone else. Like it might be like 20 feet or something. So actions. Zedric. Marcia is stepping back and firing. Zedric is stepping back and firing, or what's he doing? He can also engage in combat.
Alex?
Oh, sorry, yes, I have actual Zedric. From. Zedric probably fears for his life and follows, stepping back and shooting as he goes.
Yeah. Okay. Ashur.
Throw a knife and run away.
Yep. So you'll be at Roth 2 and Garras. You're out in the sun now.
Oh, wait a minute. Am I at 2 because
does Garras have a missile weapon or?
No, he doesn't.
Daggers are 2, aren't they? They're Roth 2.
2/1. Okay. I've flew 2 the last time I did daggers, but I don't know when it resets.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
No, it's every round is 2.
Okay.
It depends how many daggers you have, but yeah. Okay, that's fine. So, let's say Beej beat my 10. Yeah.
No problem.
So you've got an advantage of 8 on its natural weapons. So everything is going to go first. Everything that wants to go first is going to go first. Both daggers and 1 bow each.
Okay.
Garras just heads towards the river, screaming.
Well, okay.
Sensible.
Regular dagger, 11. So that's not going to hit, right? Poisonous dagger, because I'm down to the poisonous ones now. That probably misses as well, right?
Okay. What's your THAC?
THAC 19, and it's -1 because of the bone daggers.
Yeah, that will miss, yeah. Yep, Zedric.
Oh, that's me, yep.
Yeah.
No, that's a 2.
Okay. It can move half. It can't actually catch up to an attack because of the fact you already had distance on it. So it will spend its turn. It slightly clears its head and it will pursue up to, let's say, Marcia. Tom. Tom, could you please roll me a D8 encounter check?
7.
7. Okay. So next round, what are people doing? It is engaged with Marcia.
I've got 1 dagger left. I can either chuck that and hope for the best, or try and start recovering ammo.
Or stab it.
Or stab it, I guess. That would be very foolish, but might be my best chance at this point.
I would throw that last dagger before you try and stab it.
Yeah, I'm going to throw it.
If it's the same Thaco, if it's the same to hit, and you can do it without being in range of its pincers, I would do that.
I'm going to throw.
Said a ghostly voice in your ear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Garras, what are you doing?
I'm wondering if I would be able to get in a little attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I better try.
What round are we on? Is that this round 4, possibly? Round 5?
This is 4th, I think. Because Coraanu died in the first round, and I've rolled 2 rounds at Cedric.
Mm-hmm.
Then you ran again. So yeah, this is your favoured round, Garras. You get 2 attacks.
Cool. I'll go for it then. That's,
Okay.
speed
And Zedric, what are you doing?
5.
5 and 10 it'll be, yeah. Alex, bow, I guess?
Yeah, Zedric could keep shooting.
Marcia, you can switch weapons, remember, as a flourish, or you can run, or you can do whatever you like.
Well, since it seems to be heading straight for me, I am going to do a full speed run and hopefully give everyone else a chance to hit it from the side.
Yep. And Ashur, are you daggering?
Yeah.
And then kind of beginning to go and try to pick up anything behind it, I guess.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay, Alex, roll a d10. Beat my 5. Okay. It will attack. It'll attack Marcia with its pincers. And what's
What?
Marcia's AC?
Oh, right.
4.
4. It will miss with 1. Marcia probably lives here, doesn't it? 4 damage to Marcia as she runs away.
Okay.
Okay. And then it only has half move, so it's now running after you and not catching up with you. It's got a bit Benny Hill at this point. Maybe I should change the music.
Well, I mean, if kiting it works, then I'm happy to go with it.
Yeah. Guys, get the DPS in. Ashur, your dagger, please.
Natural 20. So,
You'll be interested to know.
If our circus performer kills this thing, I'm gonna laugh.
This was my second poisoned dagger. So it would have to save, presuming that this natural 20 hits it, which would be like AC 0.
Well, natural 20 usually is an auto hit no matter what.
Yeah.
I don't know this edition, so
Nat 20 is an auto hit. It just doesn't. There's no such thing as a crit.
If you're saying anything, Owen, we can't hear you. You said you might be interested, and then we stopped being able to hear you.
I believe that maybe that's his saving throw, which a 9 seems like it might be a failure.
I don't know how saving throws work either because I don't know the rules.
Usually you want to roll high on saves.
Yeah. Saves are
Owen?
determined by class.
Still can't hear you. Owen.
All right. You know what? I'm taking over. So that 9 fails, and so your poison kills it, and we win.
Yay!
Yay!
Well,
Can you hear me?
some of yeah, we can hear you now.
Now
Yeah.
we can hear you.
So yes, it fails. Is it
Hey.
instant death?
It's instant death or 0 damage depending on whether it passes or not.
You just earned 3,000 experience points.
Oh,
Okay, I just sort of
Welcome to Dark.
double over and start calculating.
Oh, Owen, you've got to stop naming these episodes Welcome to Dark.
Well, if you know what, if we
what
would
do you
stop
do
dying en masse
combat?
every episode,
Well, you're gonna do. Well, you've just earned like I don't know. You've earned 750 XP each. That's pretty useful.
I think.
Well,
I
I
think you
mean,
sold
I
the
earned
food
5,000
shortage.
experience over the last adventures, and it wasn't very useful for Sadira. So you know, it.
You need to have. You should have had money to train.
I know, yeah.
That was your problem. I don't think it would have saved you there.
No, it would not.
I think that's the end.
Yeah.
Want to try and recover our
What
friends'
you-
bodies,
what-
or we?
No, there's 2 living
And the
scorpions.
wand of paralyzation.
And under paralyzation.
And the spell books.
You need. Yeah. Spellbooks, wand of paralyzation. What does Ashur have memorized?
Memorized. I have Burning Hands, which I've already spent. I have Detect Magic and Hypnotism. Hypnotism only works if it can understand
Yeah.
the language I'm speaking.
Yeah. I mean, Burning Hands would be pretty useful right now.
Yeah. Pity that whiffed.
Yeah. Yeah. Garras charges in and starts hacking the dead body to death even more. The one thing with the poison is, of course, as far as I can tell, this creature has no immunity to poison. It doesn't say it does. So sucks to be that creature, really, doesn't it? But it works both ways. The terrible stuff that kills you also kills monsters.
We'll just kill you.
Not like, And Garras also did a useful job there. It sounds funny, but Garras basically meant that Ashur survived to kill it. Operation Human Shield. Operation Half Elf Shield.
Glad I could help.
So, man, Ashur, like, the guy you suspected was your brother is dead. How do you feel about it?
Well, honestly, he's kind of bent double, hyperventilating, and probably needs a change of pants. This has been a bad day.
But yeah, you'll feel like you know more. Great. We will obviously leave the session there for today with you in the box canyon, licking your wounds. You can recover any ammo, and you can check for recovery of any ammo spent outside the cave. Obviously, to get anything else, you need to go back into the cave.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
It might be worth seeing if we can, hack some of this chitin off or something. You can make weapons and stuff out of chitin. Well, more shields and armors and such, but...
Well, none of us can.
Yeah, but it's still, like... It's not valueless.
Put it on the cart.
Yeah.
It's a whole scorpion.
What will... for next time... Tom, it would take a day for a character to arrive. I'm sure one of the Aarakocra could be convinced to come up and help. You can play an Aarakocra next time.
Yeah, I could do that. I guess. How do we want to run that? And are you just gonna roll me one up, or do you want me to?
You can have the monster. You can have the monster sheet. It's 2 hit dice plus 2 is their hit dice, and I can send you the stuff. They've got Thaco 17. They're actually quite useful.
Yeah, cool. I'll
cool. Well, good session, guys.
Hey, we improved.
Yeah,
I think.
We didn't.
There
really
were less deaths.
By the time we were able to run away, it was too late. So it's not that we didn't run away. I think this time what we've learned is just don't fight things.
Yeah, don't fight anything is what I'm learning.
Don't fight it on their terms. Like if they're attacking you, run away. If they're not attacking you, don't blunder into their ambush.
Man, I feel like I played that pretty tactically well.
Staying out of the cave, that was
definitely the right call.
Yeah.
So what I learned is that I'm great.
I mean,
I should be in charge of the whole party.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
I mean, as far as I can tell, Garras the warrior has just won a glorious victory as the fighting man. I think if there's anything there, it was probably that you knew they were there, so you could have set something up, like burning hands around the corner or something.
Yeah. By the time we knew that it was happening, we didn't really have time to adjust.
Yeah. Something like that. I think that would have been your play there. But I think you then actually recovered quite well, genuinely, as in the party recovered quite well, and you also made the right call to keep fighting it. It sounds funny, but you're like, no, it's as fast as you. You could eventually just outrun it, but then you're running around in a wilderness area, just in abject terror. Whereas I think Garras running and then circling around. Garras would have had 2 attacks there, so could have. Obviously, the poison was pretty useful for insta kill. That's the big thing about the poison.
Poison really strong.
Yeah.
Well, F poison really strong anyway.
F in chat, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's more like a dub in chat. Yeah. Okay. We will leave that there for tonight. Thanks for people watching. I will just end the stream now, and we'll be back on this in 2 weeks to continue exploring the box canyon and find out whether you can resolve this without too many more deaths.